together, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? I'm living in a dry land. The left is in a lost land. A heartbeat for a demon. Oasis in a siege land. I'm given the balance, but I'm standing on razor's edge now. Walk quick or my life is over. One strike just of pain, then I'm out of his field of vision. Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. I just saw the new stars, there's no time for indecision. I'm living in a dry land. The left is in a lost head. When I hop off new beginnings, burn out feet. Now we need it, a heartbeat for a demon. Oasis in a siege land. Remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert. My heart is a furnace, had a selling my word of conflict. One goes what keeps me going. Take back what I lost to the bosses of greed and fear. Yeah. Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to take them down now. The time for a new start is constantly drawing nearer. I'm living in a dry land. The left is in a lost head. When I hop off new beginnings, burned out feet. Now we need it, a heartbeat for a demon. Oasis in a siege land. Remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert. When a cool drop of water's all I need, gotta clear my head of anger and greed. A place to refresh heart and mind. Can I find some time? And rivers and dry land. The left is in a lost head. When I hop off new beginnings, burned out feet. Now we need it, a heartbeat for a demon. Oasis in a siege land. Remind us what we're here for. Creating new life, creating rivers in the desert.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another weekly news update show. And joining me is Mr. Tyler, the creator of the Game Shelf. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming on and joining us for some lots of fun today. So much news has happened this week from Gamescom with game announcements and video game getting released too and everything else. Are you planning to pick up anything? Because 3 big video games came out today.
No, I'm actually holding off a little bit just because September's gonna be crazy. But I'm excited to talk about what's happened, what's coming out today, and what's coming up in a couple days. I am excited for Gears of War E Day is right around the corner, so that's my next big game I've got my eye on.
Yeah, exactly. That looks like it's going to be a great game. I'm, still super excited. I can't wait to play that game. I got the collector's edition coming, but I also
Ooh,
picked up today Star Wars Zero Company. I just picked that up, so
nice.
I can't wait to go play that on my PC because that's where I kind of want to play it. And then also through Game Pass, I'll be playing some good old Plague's Tale Requiem as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've never gotten into. I've tried the plate steel game. They never grabbed me, but they're always
I love those games.
beautiful.
They're great games. The second one I think is just the best.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Glad it's on Game Pass. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So definitely will be checking that out when I'm done here. And there was a lot of announcements, but there's some tragic news today. Peter Cullen, he passed away, who was the voice of Optimus Prime. And then, of course, yesterday, sadly, Tim Curry passed away too. Tim
Yeah.
Curry, as most people probably know him, is a very famous voice actor and actor, but also had some very memorable roles in video games, from Command and Conquer, Red Alert 3, where he played Premier Anatola Cherdetko. That's like a very big famous one. Now, I don't know if you ever saw the Command and Conquer 3 Tim Curry thing. Have you ever seen that one?
I've not. No.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up real quick here. Yeah, here we go. So here's here's a little fun bit of him right now. But he was like basically a live actor in Command and Conquer. But like if he,
Commander, you've rained on my glorious parade. For this, I'm sending everything I've got at you. But I won't let you have the satisfaction of catching me. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
it's just he was such a fun, meatball goofy actor. And he had other voice lines. He was obviously the big villain in Brutal Legend. And then of course he was a Howl in Dragon Age Origins. Just a sad loss. I love Tim Curry as an actor. I think a lot of people also remember him in other things. Like he was Nigel Thornberry. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh
In
wow.
the
No,
Wild
I did not.
Thornberries.
That's new trivia to me. That's cool though.
Yeah. So he was.
Yeah, I knew him from. You ever seen the show Psych? That's he played a small, very like a guest role in that show. But every time I see him, that's what I think of.
Right. And it's just sad. There's a lot of people that unfortunately have just passed away recently. Obviously Dolly Parton, but she's not really video game related. But a lot of people love Dolly Parton too.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, with that being said, is there one of your favorite? What's your favorite Tim Curry memory? And I guess what's your favorite Peter McCullough memory?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Peter McCall, I don't really know of him that well.
Optimus Prime. He was the voice of Optimus Prime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Tim Curry, every time just his face, I always see the role he played in Psych. So that's what I remember him from. Just very expressive, obviously. So good in that way. But yeah, I'm not big on Peter, so I don't really know. I'm not really a big Transformers guy, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
I don't have a lot of history there.
Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Well, obviously, Transformers. It was a big, you know, video game IP. He voiced Optimus Prime in those video games as well. So I'm like, yeah, you never played the Moon Studio games. Is that what you're telling me right now?
For the Transformers games, no.
Yeah.
I know they're beloved, but no, I've never played them.
Interesting.
Apparently,
All
I
right.
got some
Yeah.
of those in the backlog, huh?
Yeah. Those are really good games to play. I just played them last year recently, and also the Transformers Platinum game too was also really really good as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Dev-
know. Like I said, I know they're
Devastator too.
beloved, and a lot of people want those games to come back. But yeah, no, I never tried them.
Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that. I that's all I can really say about that because well, not if you haven't played them and you have no other opinion, there's no point in trying to drag out that conversation a little bit too much more.
Now I'll let you carry that one.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess we're gonna come over here now. We're gonna kind of talk about some of the Gamescom news. What was a lot of really good stuff from Xbox and The Witcher really stole the Gamescom news. But what other things have you seen from Gamescom that have been really good too? Like in your opinion, what have you been most excited about?
Yeah, I'm really excited about. We kind of talked a little before this, but I'm excited for this new stage tour game. I think that bringing back the whole Rock Band Guitar Hero era is it's just the right time in my mind for something like that. It got me pretty excited. The Xbox, I mean, we'll touch on a little bit, but a lot of the Xbox stuff was, though expensive, very exciting and cool to see that they're trying all these different collaborations and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, and as far as games, the yeah, I'm like there's so much news that's been happening in the last couple of days, but like I said, Gears of War, like the Witcher news for the Switch was kind of cool too. Just that that free thing that AC dropped in the chat and stuff like that. But the biggest thing for me is kind of in the big hitters that we're going to talk about anyway. Gears of War E-Day, the cool Xbox, the green Xbox, and the new handheld have me really excited. The disc to digital is really cool news. Stuff like
I
that.
just closed out all my links by accident. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
So sorry about that. Yeah, I think I'll go with the first one I find to talk about, and then we can move on and kind of talk about the rest of the stuff. But the first big news that like dropped that I was very interested in, because this has been one that I've definitely had questions for as well, and that is the Xbox disc to digital format that they've been doing. And as you can see right here, this comes directly from Xbox Wire, written by Jason Ronald, VP of Next Generation, and he's like been like the hardware guy that's been
Yeah,
around for like ever.
Mr.
So
Beard.
yeah, so I thought this was interesting. Your discs are now also digital. Bring the benefits of digital to your physical Xbox Series X and Xbox One discs coming soon. So what I like about this one here is one of the issues I think I had an issue with per se when we were talking about physical collecting on the Xbox. Everyone knows I'm a big physical guy, but I also, I'm not going to deny myself a good time. That's basically where I stand. I understand the method to the madness that Microsoft was thinking about when they were going, okay, we have this investment into Play Anywhere, and we
Yeah.
really are just kind of invested in this digital marketplace because let's face it, you have a ROG Ally. They're not going to slap a disk drive onto the ROG Ally.
Right. Mhm.
That would be interesting and cool to see if they were actually going
I
to
don't
do
want to
that.
hold it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think the question I always ask people is just like, how do you have a physical collection in a Play Anywhere world? You know,
Yeah.
and this answers that question that I've been having for a very long time, and I think it's very smart. I
Mhm.
want to hear your thoughts about it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I think this is a smart move. The timing of this is obviously impeccable. But yeah, the idea of just attaching the license to the disc and then to the account, but it still remains on the disc permanently. I mean, I agree. It's just smart.
Mhm.
I think Play Anywhere is one of the best features Xbox has. Not only because I have the Ally, but also because PC gaming is so big nowadays. I mean, it's you can't ignore it, and the ability to just jump between the two systems, saves carry over, all that stuff is amazing. So if you can tell somebody, hey, grab your Xbox game physically, your whole Xbox One, Xbox Series physical collections can carry over just by popping the disc in and redeeming the license is amazing. I don't see. Well, I'll say this. I was gonna say I don't see a downside, but I do think they are ushering us into this digital era that is inevitable. And they're coming off as this is a very pro-consumer move right now. I do think it probably is a way to get rid of physical going forward, but I do think it's a cool way to do it, cool way to handle it.
And we got Stu Jersey saying, "What up? What up? What up to you, sir? How you doing? I hope you're having a good night." But my thought process is I don't necessarily think it costs Microsoft a lot to just kind of go out there and say, "Hey, look, we're going to keep printing discs going forward, and they're just going to be glorified activation keys on par with, say, a game key card for that matter."
Yeah.
So I can see them trying to appease two masters at once and still kind of doing it because a lot of physical copies already skip the Xbox as it is. So if they wanted to just sit down and go, okay, we're going to just print out activation keys in like a disc format so people can kind of have that feel of ownership, kind of like a key card.
Right.
But that's going to come down to another thing with people. It's like, are they going to really take to it? Because we've had mixed reports about people going there and people going and buying key cards, but also at the same time, a lot of people don't really want to buy key cards. And there's been controversy about that too, as well. Where it's like, is it worth it? Are the key cards selling? There's been some data that proves against it, but it's also kind of murky because key cards are also lobbed in with digital sales with a lot of these companies too.
Right.
So it does make you wonder what Microsoft's plan for in the future. I could see them just launching, their new console with no disk drive, and then they later kind of like what PlayStation does. They offer you an attachment to just basically burn your disc onto it, because basically they already had this technology with the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox games. You just put it in your disc and it gives you a digital license for that game.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it does make sense that this seems to be the future that they're trying to do here as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is very similar to what they tried to do at the beginning of the Xbox One era, license-wise. But it just the timing was off, was all. And now it seems like they're the hero in the scenario when it's really not much different. But it is exciting. I'm glad that these people that do have these massive physical collections have a way to, just be more flexible with that license. I think that's a cool way to do it. Do you think the next system, though, will not have a disk drive at launch?
I don't think so, no. I feel like they're just going to make that an added expense. I think PlayStation 6 will also be the same way.
Oh, yeah, PlayStation for sure. I was in the same boat as you. I thought both will be digital only. But just with the recent backlash from Sony fans, I kind of wonder if Microsoft's going to try to figure out a way to squeeze one in.
Like you said, just to appease two masters,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and maybe what you said is right. Maybe they'll just have an external at launch ready.
Yeah, I just believe that. Look, the sales data is out there. Physical media is just like really down in the dumps, and it sucks. Sure. I get it. I've said multiple times that I do believe that the future of physical media will be mostly like retro reprints, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I can kind of like what you're seeing with the resurgence of, vinyl records that is just more boutique and just kind of sold as like an art item. There have been smaller companies who do like fan translations of games and just do like limited releases with like a small license. I've seen of like reproductive, older games. So I could see, well, like we just saw it recently too with Sonic. They have been reprinting Sega Genesis cartridges and like limited, boutique formats and charging you $100 for them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why I can see maybe we can start doing that. With the PlayStation 3 store closing and the PlayStation Vita store closing and the 360 store and the Wii store, all these stores closed,
Yeah.
So there's no way to get a lot of this, very valuable media and these awesome games that were just printed once. Like if you watched my PS3 video, games like Yakuza Dead Souls are $200 now,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The used game market is just outrageous right now.
I know, and it's just, you can still find good deals. You could go out there, you could go to your retro shop, you can get lucky. But a lot of these games that are just trapped on these consoles, and you just sit there and you go, will they get ported forward? Will they get remasters? And, we got announcements of games like Terranigma, like a game that never came out here in America, was only in Japan and Europe, is getting a port over here. You see games like Yakuza Ishin, which was the Japanese only PS3 game that they brought over for mass release and everything. And you go, okay, well, maybe there's hope one day that we'll get these games in more of a modern way to pick them up and play them. But at the end of the day, it's just, you still worry about that, especially because a lot of people online seem to really be acting in bad faith, in my opinion, about this disc to digital stuff. Did you see any of that stuff?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was mostly like people are like, "Oh my goodness, this is the death of physical media. Microsoft's taking away your license, your physical games." And I kind of just sat there and it's like I think a lot of those people were hoping that they can just go to GameFly, rent a game, download the digital license, and return the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing that I haven't seen too much about is, keeping that license on the disc is keeping the secondhand market alive.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, Xbox isn't completely controlling the price. Places like GameStop or retro shops, like you said, can still sell those discs at a discount, for the time being until they're gone. I'm sure they'll skyrocket like everything else.
Yeah.
But at least for the more recent titles, you'll be able to get some of those games at a discount. Where on the Sony side, if they truly do stick to their guns and go all digital, which I think they are, it's going to be just Nintendo. They're never going to discount their games. They'll stay at $70 or whatever. So at least in this way, there's still options, even though, yes, it's a digital license, but it's also tied to a physical item. So,
yeah, like I said, I think it's nice. There's probably going to be a run on Xbox games right now because usually Xbox games be very cheap. So people are probably going to go out now and try to pick up a few of them because $20 for Dragon Quest games and stuff like that. Just go out there, buy them, hoard them, and then once this fully comes in, it's just like now I got another cheap form of video games. I could go to GameStop right now and probably walk away with a steal of games that are going to play on my PC that I could get even cheaper than if they were on sale on Steam.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a nice encourager, I would say, to get people over to the Windows and Xbox app a little bit more than Steam as well. We talked about that too when they were talking about return to exclusivity and stuff like that, where I do believe if Microsoft is really going to be full on with this next generation, then they need to just take everything off the Steam store and force people to go to the Xbox app and even the Windows app to really help drive that play anywhere and that ecosystem part,
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to under Asha here.
Yeah, we try not to shit on Phil Spencer, but now it's just it becomes harder and harder I think just to look at what Phil Spencer was doing and go, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, buddy.
Yeah. You've got to, it's hard because he's a man of the people. When you think about the consumer side of it, yeah, of course I want my stuff on Steam, but that's strictly from my consumer selfish brain, not considering the business has to survive. And so the business has to business if I want to keep being a consumer of their products. So If they have to take it off Steam and that means I'm forced to use whatever, that's fine. But in my case, like you said, the Play Anywhere is one of my. If it's Play Anywhere, it doesn't matter. I'm buying it on Xbox. Period.
Yeah,
it's just no brainer. But
now, Colin, finish your point. Sorry.
No. I mean, that's about it. Go ahead.
Now now there is an article that explains this more, but we actually have from the horse's mouth himself, here, Jason Ronald, Glorious Beard himself. So make sure I don't blow everyone's eardrums out. So here's him explaining the disc to digital program.
Many players, some have bought physical discs, some have bought their games digitally, and many of these games work across multiple generations. And even as technology changes and formats change, your library shouldn't. We have so many special memories tied into our libraries, the moments you've played with your friends, and we want to be able to bring those forward. And that's really about our commitment to game preservation.
I mean, that sounds great. I really love the idea of your libraries moving forward with us, but can you maybe walk me through it a little bit? So again, I've got a physical game copy on my shelf at home. What do I actually do with it?
Yeah, it's really, really simple. So most Xbox One and Xbox Series X titles support this. So all you have to do is just put the disc into your console. You'll be prompted to redeem a digital license, and that digital license will be tied to your account. And so now you get all of the benefits of digital. So you don't have to put the disc into your console to play the game. If the game supports Xbox Play Anywhere, you can easily play it across multiple screens. And you can even do things like cloud streaming, which you never were able to do previously from a physical disc.
Wow. I mean, that sounds sick and also really straightforward.
Yeah, I there's a lot of people that are just like, they're online. They're acting like really confused by this whole
I've
notion.
seen that a little bit, and it seems so stupid. It's so easy. Like, it's not that hard to understand.
It really isn't that hard to understand. It's just like, look, what would happen to a real physical disc? If you let someone else have it, you don't have it anymore.
Right.
And
Switch
it just
has already been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
No, finish your point.
I was just saying, Switch has started doing this with Switch 2. Even, I mean, you got they do it strictly with all digital, but they handle it very similarly, where like if the owner or whoever owns the license, in this case the disc, it's like, no, that's where it lives, period. That's as simple as that. And so it's on the disc. It's just not that difficult.
Yeah. I just don't know. It's just, I think some people are just like, we're really thinking like, I'm just gonna go to GameStop, rent a bunch of games and return them, say they don't work, and then magically I'm just gonna have these licenses. To be honest with you, that might actually work though. Because if you go to return the games at GameStop, they might destroy those copies. So maybe there is a little hack for you to do.
Yeah, you just take your chances. See how it works out.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you could technically, you could probably cheat the system a little bit,
right?
For everyone out there, now I just gave you totally great ideas, I guess. Yeah, but I don't know. I like it. I like the idea of that. I mean, basically, you already download the disc onto your system anyway. So at this point, it's nice just to be like, okay, now I can cloud stream it. I can just play it on my ROG Ally or my Steam Deck or whatever other feature out there. I like it.
Yeah, you got a pretty big collection there that you're gonna just spend a few days just popping those suckers in, getting those licenses going.
Oh yeah, I spent one whole afternoon just downloading all my digital games onto an 8-terabyte hard drive. So
yeah, I don't blame you for that. With the stores all going down, you might as well.
Yeah, I was just kind of back that stuff up. Speaking of ROG Ally, I don't know if you saw this, but there is a nice little Xbox bundle here.
Oh, I saw this. Is this a video or
no? No, this is not the video. This is it kind of goes down a little bit more, but it's just like the 20th anniversary of the ROG Ally, and they got a nice little Xbox bundle. I want this so badly.
Oh, you and me both. And I have the X already. I'm like, I don't need this, But we've talked about it before. We're both like we're just consumers. And so
We
I
we
saw
just
this
like the
thing.
tech. That's what it is. We like to experiment with the tech. I think that's what it is. It's not.
Yeah.
I am a dirty consumer. That's fine, but it's just I like trying something out, seeing the feel for it, and playing it. And it is. This looks really nice, and this is basically the X version, right? Too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It says here the ROG Ally X20 is a true work of art. Its translucent black chassis offers a striking look inside the machine, revealing custom gold accents on the fans and other internal components. On the face, custom gold joysticks, lighting, and a green illuminated Xbox button and touch of flair, while an exclusive ROG 20th anniversary badge on the back of it signs that Xbox Ally X20 as a true collector's item. And you like you said, you have the X and everything else like that. So what makes this so special comparatively speaking to, say, just the other model,
Yeah, actually, my son has the white one, and so I do get to directly compare them. To be honest, I think for most people, the white one's probably just fine, but the X definitely has a bit more juice, a little bit more power. Sometimes he'll struggle with the game where I'm not. But man, I knew they would do this to me. When I bought it last year around Christmas time, my only gripe was, man, I have that Steam Deck OLED. I'm going to miss that OLED screen. And I knew that it was going to happen eventually. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, but man, it looks nice. And I think the only difference really here on this one is the screen. And I know they got like the D-pad is a little different, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. It's really going to be about that screen. But that case looks so good. It looks super nice.
The bundles and everything. I just want to play everything. I want this. I would like to have this in my bed because, like, one of the big things, I liked my Steam Deck, but I just love the natural integration with the Xbox. And I just want to get this, especially because, like, they got the everything here, the charger and everything else. It's just, I want this.
Yeah, it's definitely. Like I said, I love mine. I came from the Steam Deck, and for the reasons you just mentioned, is because at first, when I first went over, I was like, the OS of the Steam Deck is so nice. This is a little bit more clunky, but because of all the Xbox stuff, the Play Anywhere, the Game Pass, all of that stuff, if you're in the Xbox ecosystem, this is just so much better, and it does play stuff better than the old Steam Deck. It's it took a little bit to get there, but optimization things are happening. And I still have my old Steam Deck around. I bust out from time to time just to compare them. And this always better. And so, yeah, I love the machine. I know one day you'll love it too.
Yeah, but I don't love that price, $2,500.
No, I probably wouldn't get the bundle. In my when I saw this, I thought, well, it's cool. The glasses sound like a cool idea, and I'm sure they're really fun. But if I'm going to buy this thing for the OLED screen, I kind of want to use the screen. If I'm going to buy an alternate to the screen, why am I buying it?
Right, exactly.
I probably would buy the 1300, which just the 1300 is still expensive, but that's probably
this is the bundle right here. You can buy it right now, actually, pre-order.
Yeah,
but you get a whole the AR glasses and everything else included with it too.
Yeah, for the whole whole shebang. I do have the cool kill switch case for mine, and I do love that.
Yeah, this thing looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they sell it as a standalone. Is going to be like 1,200, right?
13.
Well, close enough.
Yeah,
we're not too far off.
No.
Speaking of more fun Xbox stuff, today is also the day where you could pre-order your $900 translucent Xbox.
Dang it! Oh man, I wanted this so bad. I can't, but I can't pull the trigger on $900 for this.
Yeah, I know. I like it. I was waiting for it to go on sale at Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, well, I could pre-order it and maybe find someone that wants it, and then just cancel it because they don't charge you right away for shipping.
Right. Yeah. Are you gonna get the controller at least?
No, I'm gonna get the Gears of War controller though.
Yeah, I did pre-order the Gears of War controller.
That's the one I've kind of settled on, and it's also settling on stuff. We have, some little sly words from Asha here, where to keep trying to figure out what's going on with Elder Scrolls 6. So this is what she had to say so far.
Is Elder Scrolls 6, for example, is that the kind of game? You smile there because you know that this is one that a lot of people are asking about.
We are increasingly going to be one of the largest platforms in the world. Every platform needs some form of exclusive experiences and content. Yeah. And so what we've shared is Gears and Clockwork. We're going to do the best we can to continue to do that, all in context of the business being healthy, and so we have to balance that.
And Elder Scrolls 6, what are you thinking about that with exclusivity? Is that a priority?
It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game.
Is Elder Scrolls...
So yeah, there you have it. They're still kind of being coy about Elder Scrolls 6, and I feel like they're just going to just have to come out and say it eventually, just like, yeah, it's an exclusive. Just call it a day,
Yeah, it's gonna be an exclusive.
I just feel like they're being more coy than they should be about it. I feel like they don't want to fully commit, but just like after a certain point in time, I think it's just time to finally commit,
Yeah, I bet you whenever the next big trailer for it happens, I'm sure that it'll be big news though. They'll slap only on Xbox at the end or something.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk about something else here. The PlayStation blackout. Have you heard about it?
About not logging into PSN?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about that by any chance?
I haven't logged into PSN in forever, so I mean, I think it's always interesting when if people want to protest, I'm all for it. Go protest, do your thing. I've been all digital for a long time. So it is what it is, but I didn't see the results of any of it. Have they released anything like that?
No, I don't think it really is doing anything. I feel like a lot of people actually don't give a damn, to be honest with you.
Well, I think, I mean, yes, you're right, but
like in the grand scheme of things, I feel like because the problem is that they said they're going to do it for a week,
Yeah. Well, and you got to remember too, and I know you know this, but there's most of the people that are on PlayStation or even Xbox, they're not these hardcore people who are out here protesting. 90% of them are just Joe Schmo, casually plays Madden, Call of Duty, whatever. They don't care. And so
But on top of that too, it was just more so like PlayStation, they do everything through monthly active users. If you went on your account just one time prior to that week, it won't matter.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's how they report their numbers, you mean?
Yeah, every company is always going to try to convince you about monthly active users,
Yeah.
So if you log in and play a video game for any sort of amount of time, congratulations, you've already been counted.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's kind of why I just said, like, guys, you should have started next month, and you should go for a whole month if you really want to, get all this stuff kind of out there to show that you really want to make a statement. I'm all for people wanting to make statements and, do all this other crazy stuff to try to stick it to the man. But at the same time, is when I'm a stiffler, you know what I mean? I want people to make good arguments. So if it's something I agree with or I support, I want you to at least be more tactful and correct on it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, got Mr. AC over here saying, "Whoa, what's this? Is that a Wild Tyler?"
I'm out. I'm here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot of just the basic stuff with my thoughts about the PlayStation blackout. I understand. I don't like that they're ending physical media. Obviously, this has been a war with the video game companies for quite a long time. And another thing too, GOG lets you burn your game onto a disc and stuff like that. And I do wonder, like, if there's like some guy out there who's just now burning discs for his friends now to play, The Witcher and everything else like that. And if that will become like an issue, I think the only reason why. Well, no, let me rephrase this. How can I say this? They've been at war with the secondary market for a very long time because they don't want people making money off their games and they're losing out on that revenue. And I do wonder how long GOG, if they actually became like the number one store, if they would also start to allow that stuff to kind of keep happening where you buy it, you can, where they would advertise it if they were the size of Steam,
Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents. You got anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I mean, I'm very curious to see the outcome of the next generation on the console side, just because of all this. I don't think it's going away. Like I said, I do think PlayStation is going to stick to the guns, and I do think for a long time people are going to be loud about it. And like I said, 90% of the people don't really care. So I don't know if it's really going to make as much of a dent as the internet says it will. But
Yeah.
I am curious to see.
Yeah, we got a lot of, we'll have to wait and see, trial and error and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what else can we do, like you said, besides just wait and see when it all comes to fruition? Speaking of more things to come to fruition, we got a couple of crossovers as well. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. So the first one is, speaking of Microsoft, now we can transition to the other news story topic I would kind of want to talk to. So we got a bunch of Witcher news as well. So one of the first ones that we got here is, of course, a crossover announcement. CD Projekt Red is going to be doing a lot of crossover content with a bunch of Blizzard IPs. So the first one here is that we're going to get a Witcher skin for Diablo 4.
Nice.
So that was one of the big ones here. And then we got the official announcement as well, which we got from them here on Twitter. So basically, we are happy to announce that we've partnered with Blizzard Entertainment to bring the world of The Witcher to Battle.net. So Witcher 3 is going to be coming to Battle.net if you want to go and buy it from there, and that's your favorite place to do it. And there you go. Starting today, you can pre-purchase The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Remaster which launches on September 29th, and wishlist songs of the past coming in 2027 on Battle.net. Both CD Projekt Red and Blizzard Entertainment create worlds that allow players to immerse themselves in captivating adventures for hundreds of hours. Both studios have always had the ambition to raise the bar for themselves, and in doing so, for the video game industry. So, yeah, we're going to probably see some Geralt coming over here. We might see a lot more stuff coming to Blizzard. So, not just The Witcher, but we'll probably see Cyberpunk. And we're probably going to see these games end up as skins in Overwatch. We've already got confirmation that you will get one in Diablo 4. So, very, very interesting. And like I said before, in that very same thing, they announced The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will be getting a remaster as well. So we'll kind of share this tab real quick here before we move on. So obviously, they've also said if you already own Witcher 3 and you own the digital version of it, you will get a free upgrade of the remaster when it comes out later next month now, technically.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to take in there, Tyler. What are your thoughts about everything we just shared and talked about?
Yeah, well, educate me a little bit here on the first part of this. Why do we care if it comes to the Blizzard launcher?
I just think
weird.
I think it's just another one of those like storefront deals. To be honest with you, I think Microsoft should try to do something with the Battle.net launcher, because I think it's the best one probably out there that they own. It's better than the Xbox app. It's better than the Windows Store. It just works, to kind of quote Todd Howard a little bit there.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just think, like I said, it's just another way for, because we talk about PC being an open platform, but there's also so many PC players that are just, for whatever reason that I don't agree with, they really hate downloading a launcher. They just want one launcher, one place, and they hate doing this stuff. Like it, I think personally, it's just me being a Luddite, I guess, but I don't see the issue with having multiple launchers. But again, that's just me. I usually just, will download the launcher wherever the store is, and I just create a, shortcut still on my PC. That's what I do.
Right.
But it's like some of these people, they don't do that or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's something to be said for ecosystem, and I imagine, I know for me, I do prefer, if I'm going to be on PC, to do it on Steam, because your Steam achievements are already there, your library's sitting there. It's convenience. I mean, it's the console. I'm trying to say consolification. I can't get it out of my mouth right. Of PC, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic, but yeah, okay. So that's interesting. I saw that news and I didn't really know how to. I don't know. In my mind, I just thought, why? But I can understand what you're saying about, it's the best launcher Microsoft owns. That makes a little bit of sense there. But it is still an interesting one here. Now, I do think this remaster, the free upgrade, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
it is pretty cool. But also another thing that's pretty cool too. Witcher 3's phenomenal DLC is now completely free on Xbox ahead of remaster. So right now, you can go out there. If you haven't, you can get both of the Witcher 3 DLCs for free.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, if you want to get a head start and play them, they are going to be free with the Witcher remaster anyway. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you gotta say this. CD Projekt Red, we give them a lot of crap for Eurojank. I think a lot of people forget that The Witcher 3 was a broken, buggy mess at launch, just like Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
But when you give them another, 5 years to fix the game, they come out to be phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you play them on PC.
Right. Yeah, you could just start there if you want the good experience out of the gate. Yeah. I had something I was going to throw in here. Oh, just the fact that they're having this DLC this many years later is just phenomenal. I love that. I think that's so cool. Borderlands 2 did that when they released Borderlands 3. They had a Borderlands 2 DLC 2 months before it. And that was awesome. And so I think it's cool that some of these games that have these long tails can do this.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Where you bringing that up here. Explore the Witcher 3 Song of the Past DLC and remaster and wishlist it right now. This is on the Epic Game Store. So basically, I think what they're doing is they're kind of doing the Mass Effect 2 DLC, The Arrival, where this is just clearly a lead up for what I fully believe is Witcher 4. Which they did announce that Witcher 4 is targeting a 2028 release date as well.
Yeah, I did see that too.
So I'm curious to see what it is. There was an announcement today that there's another romance option tied to this DLC as well.
Oh, okay.
For the people out there who are interested. I've done absolutely zero research onto it. I'm kind of waiting for the Witcher remaster to come out now, though. Because I did buy it digitally because it goes on sale for like $10.
Oh, all the time.
All the time. Just all the time. So
like the complete edition.
Yeah. So I can't wait to sit down and give it a try because the one problem I had with The Witcher 3 for me personally is it felt too floaty, the combat.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but Geralt did not feel like he was hitting enemies to me. It felt like the sword did not have impact when you hit something. I don't know. It's weird.
I understand what you're saying. Like, there's like a delay. You'd hit that button, and his swing takes a minute. Because I always thought the combat was I actually don't love The Witcher 3. I think it's a clunky game. I think the story and world for the time is probably really, really good, but I've never completed it.
Yeah, I bought it so long ago that I wanted to get into it, but I played it on the Xbox One.
Okay.
And I just don't think it was just clicking with me at the time. Everyone talks about this game like it's a top 10, top 5 game of all time. For some
we're in the minority for sure of people who haven't played it, but yeah. I like as far as CD Projekt Red goes, I'm I like Cyberpunk. I 100% of that game. Got all the achievements.
Oh, no
on
kidding!
Xbox.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. And I did it when it came out when everyone hated it. It was
that's
actually
even
my
more
like
commitment.
Series X launch game. I bought it on Xbox One, but it played better on the Series X, and so it's one of the games I played early on.
Yeah. And on top of that, we have a couple more stories to share about The Witcher 3 here. One of them comes from IGN. So quietly is increasing the price by a $10 upcharge. So for people who thought that you could just go out there and buy it now and save a little money, well, looks like they kind of are cutting you off at the edge there, you know.
Smart,
So
got them.
They're gonna charge you on the way
You've
out.
had plenty of opportunities to buy it, like you said earlier.
Yeah, like I said, the game goes on sale so deeply discounted. That's insane. AC says Tyler is a cyberpunk apologist.
So
And this one comes over here right now by the way of Polygon, and is The Witcher 3 devs use the game's most popular mod for the remaster. The modder behind one of The Witcher 3's biggest visual overhauls is now working directly with CD Projekt Red. As the story goes on here, quote, CD Projekt Red announced The Witcher 3 remaster earlier this week, promising improved combat, enhanced monster behaviors, upgrade traversal, and significantly better graphics. Now, the studio has revealed that some of the visual improvements come from a familiar source, a popular fan-made mod. Hulk Hogan.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you here, brother, I'm a Witcher fan. Obviously not that Hulk Hogan, but the creator of I can't get over this.
Rest in peace.
I gotta get my composure back. I'm sorry. It's just I did not expect to read the modder's name was Hulk Hogan. Jeez, okay, let's try this again. The creator of the Witcher 3 rework, Witcher 3 HD rework project Next Gen Edition announced Wednesday that they are working with CD Projekt Red on the remaster. Their work will be officially included in the game when it launches September 29th for PC and consoles. HDRP will no longer be needed, Hulk Hogan wrote in an update on Nexus Mods, referring to the mod's common abbreviation. My work will be officially available in the game. There you
How
go.
cool is that?
That is really good. That's a really cool story there. I think CD Projekt Red, another place that does a lot of good work too with modders like that is Bethesda.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people though get really upset when you go, "Oh, I got to pay mods." And it's just like, well, the creators of the mods, they're getting paid for their work, And if you want to go out there and support those people, now you have a good, reason to do that. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that was really fun to hear, and really good to hear, I should say, that all these good news that we're hearing from CDPR, because it seems like they constantly like to go back and forth of like, oh, we love you, CD Projekt Red, or you're the biggest scam artist on the planet Earth.
People are just mad about that Cyberpunk launch.
I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of shadiness behind it, but yeah,
shadiness, a lot of dildos.
There's a lot of weird things that were going on here. But yeah, that's some of the news stories I have. I have two more stories because I kind of want to keep the show a little light today because there's so many games I want to go out there and play, and that's why we started a little bit early as well. The first one here, this comes from by way of Games Radar, and this is about one of their Star Wars franchises, Silent Hill. So Konami wants Silent Hill to have an annual release of new games, and it's already working on many unannounced projects. So it says over here, quote, the Silent Hill franchise is fully awake after years spent frozen in at the back of the fridge, and Konami tells Games Radar its psychological horror series is only going to get healthier healthier, like in its output, but probably not in its content. Since just tell the story. I don't need your fucking. I'm a failed writer, please. All right. It says here, quote, our aim is to hopefully have an annual release of new games. Silent Hill franchise producer Motoi Okamoto. I think that's how I say it. I'm sorry, AC.
Yeah.
Tells Games Radar Plus, though, through an interpreter at Gamescom, this plan also motivates Konami to keep moving Silent Hill far away from the original home in Fall Apart, Maine. As Okamoto says, if we stay laser focused on the same American setting, that would exhaust possibilities and also potentially cause fatigue for the player base, end quote. Are you a Silent Hill fan? I know you're kind of a wuss baby, so I know.
No, I don't. I do not really like scary games, but
yeah,
I'm glad to see all the rumors are true, and all Silent Hill fans are going to be getting many Silent Hill games. So that's cool.
yeah. I mean, Silent Hill, of course, came out on the PS1 way back in the day, and that one's being remade as well by Bluebird Team, and they did a phenomenal job with the Silent Hill 2 remake as well. So I feel like we're going to see Silent Hill 3 eventually make its way forward. I think Konami is doing a good job, especially because these games are super pricey on the secondary market.
Yeah.
If you want to play the original Silent Hill trilogy, you can't coherently play the Silent Hill games, coherently on like one console. So Silent Hill 1 you can buy right now on the PlayStation 3 store for $5, but then Silent Hill 2 and 3 come in like a remaster form, and that's not a really good port of the game, a lot of people said. And the original copies of them are like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, except for the Xbox copy of Silent Hill 2, like the original one. That one's still kind of cheap, but still, I digress. It's good to see that they're doing so much. Silent Hill F looks great. Silent Hill Downfall looks pretty interesting, especially because they're going more into like a first-person perspective with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very interested to see what they do with Silent Hill, but I don't know. What do you feel about it being a annualized release now?
I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting way to go about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Silent Hill guy, so I don't know how the fans feel about it. But obviously, you could water down a game if you go annual release mode. That's what they did with Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same side, those games all still print money. Well, Call of Duty still prints money.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't water down the franchise. I know that these fans they love it, and so I'd hate to see the game series get ruined just by pumping out multiple copies at just different locations. But
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Silent Hill kind of already stole that idea of different locations, because PlayStation did release their own Silent Hill clone with Siren. So I think Silent Hill F was taking a lot of inspiration from that. I still got to play Silent Hill F. Spooky season is going to be here next week, so
nice.
I think it's time to start playing more spooky games. But
I'll bust out Costume Quest because I'm scared of spooky games.
Oh, Costume Quest is great though, man.
I love Costume Quest.
It's a great game. I love it so much. One more article here, and then we can talk about the other new stuff here now that's been going on with GTA 6, and we'll kind of close out the store.
Mm-hmm.
So this one kind of caught me off guard here today because it was released, and I thought it was an interesting article. So it's from the Saber exec. The game industry must look beyond North America and dilute risk. So Saber Chief Creative Officer Tim Willettis, I don't know, said studios need to find reliable income to support their big swings. Yeah, Willettis. I don't know, probably some Euro name I'm pronouncing wrong. September is not spooky season. Get that shit out of here. No. To hell with you there, AC. Once Labor Day is over, it's spooky season. All right, this is how we do it. Memorial Day start of summer, Labor Day's end of summer, football season starts after Labor Day, and then after football season starts, it's spooky season. All right.
That's funny.
Those
Carl's
are the rules.
season goes into Christmas with Nightmare Before Christmas stuff.
Yeah, that just continues on. You know, see, the funny part is, you want to know people who really love Christmas? It's the Filipinos. They don't even count anything. They go straight into Christmas
I have a
for
Filipino
October.
stepmom. You're not wrong.
Yeah, they love it. They love Christmas, man. They're like, what? They're like, what the fuck's Halloween? It's Christmas time.
They got 3-month Christmas.
Yeah. Well, look at. Oh, first off, here, I am very upset right now because
At AC?
they're showing. No, this one right here, because they're showing off Jurassic Park Survival right here, and that game is a game that AC and me have been waiting for like ever. And this is like insulting to me because we're taunting so bad right now, because they did this whole big presentation on the PlayStation YouTube channel. They were showing off the game and everything. They said it was supposed to be out soon and everything else like that, and then completely radio silent. Just complete radio silence. You know, it's just like, man, hell no. That's like saying Christmas starts in November. It does. We already went over this with the Filipinos. All right. He's always upset at me. No, that's not true. I'm more upset with Brian more than anything else. I'm kidding. Yeah, Jurassic Park Survival is our Dino Crisis remake now. Yeah, that is true. It's just, it feels like it's vaporware. I'm thinking about doing a video talking about that as well. So here it says over here too. Let's read the article. Layoffs, divestment, a financial drought. It's easy to feel like the entire video game industry is collapsing. But is this an industry-wide problem, or one that's more specific to a continent that has perhaps dominated the landscape for far too long? For Saber Interactive's chief creative officer, Tim, shifts and change are par for the course. But there's a sense this latest reckoning is more reflective of how expensive it has become to build video games in North America specifically, which remains the home of the studios belonging to corporations such as Microsoft, PlayStation, Ubisoft, and more. The article continues. Saber currently has 3,500 employees across 15 studios around the world, but notably no development operation in North America. And Tim explains some of those regions are more economical than others. Quote, the Mammoth publishers are in North America, and Mammoth anything takes a long time to change. So the struggle that classic North American publishers have does ripple over into other big publishers around the world. So we have developed studios in countries that are more economical, but we also have a culture where employees move and shift with all the projects, he says during a conversation at 2026 Gamescom. Quote, with your classic publishers, you have groups of super talented people that are paid a lot of money to work on one game, and everybody knows there's a ramp up and a ramp down, but an entire team should not be working on DLC. The problem is that's what they know. They don't know anything different. They don't know any different. Offering an example of how Saber capitalizes by doing the precise opposite, Tim explains the company's 2020 PC and console title SnowRunner, a off-road driving sim for people who don't know what that is, has brought in hundreds of millions in revenue despite only costing around $6 million to make. By contrast, he claims some large teams in North America might spend 3 months working on a project only to torch the entire thing and start over. It's like, bro, we made an entire game that sold hundreds of millions of dollars for that money, he says. Look at World War Z. World War Z had 32 million people who played it, and that team was around 50 people. Kind of finishing up here, Tim's overscoping, or level spawn, as it was known back in the day, is the death of profitability. You have to be disciplined. Sometimes I play these AAA games and I can see dollar signs just flying off my screen. I'm not going to give any names, but there there was a very detailed adventure game, and it had this library where every single book was a real book and every title was different. I was like, really? We don't need that, so it's what we avoid. There's more to here. We can read a little bit later, but we kind of get the point here. Obviously, Saber Interactive. I'm kind of curious now. I'm gonna Google this, but what are some of your thoughts while I Google, please?
This guy hates North American publishers. I mean, he's just talking business to me. I mean, it sounds, I can understand that. It's interesting that I guess that this is really that big of news, unless I'm missing something. Sounds like he said, you guys take too long to make games. I'm going elsewhere and diversifying, which is what businesses should do.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. So if Google's telling me right that they're LLC'd out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh. Okay. All right, Tim.
Yeah. I guess that's right. So they got studios in Spain, Sweden, Portugal, Belarus, Russia, Armenia, UK, and I'm guessing Poland and other, easier to do companies as well. But this has been a kind of a talking point. I think that a lot of people like me have been saying that AAA games are costing way too much money and the juice is not worth the squeeze. We talked about it, I think you and I as well, when we talked about the Xbox layoffs that they had and the studios being divested from. Yeah. And, I do think it's kind of funny that he's laying it out there that he's like, why do we need to go into a library and pick up every book,
Yeah.
And I want to know your thoughts about that as more of our resident normie bro here. When we talk about video games and stuff like that,
yeah.
What do you think about when you hear a game developer say, I play these AAA games and I just see burning money and I see all this, detail that they're putting into this world, and I just think that it's not worth it. And I want to know your honest opinion when it comes to this stuff.
I mean, I do tend to agree with him in that aspect. Obviously, the games industry is hurting, and everything is, just look at the video games, going up in price, and these studios have to make X amount of dollars to break even. And the X amount is an insane amount of money. I do think we need a handful of games that do really do this well. We're going to talk about GTA 6 in a minute. I think they're one of those companies that can get away with it. But we don't need everyone trying to do it. The Resident Evil games are a great example. They're beautiful games, but they're turning games over quickly. They're using the same engine, and they're pumping all these games out in the RE engine. But I wouldn't say that those games are bad games by any means because they're doing that. They're being efficient, and they're making great content and getting games out there for people. And I wouldn't say that anyone is upset with that. So these big AAA games, I think of The Last of Us or something like that just spent so much money on mocap and all this stuff. I don't know if it benefits it enough business side. I understand you're going to have the business argument, you're going to have the art argument, and Neil Druckmann is going to say, I don't care how much money it costs, it's my art, things like that. But in the end, you got to make your money to keep doing your art. So we had that whole conversation, like you said already. But yeah, I kind of agree with what he's saying here. I think that we do need to go back to the AA. Like, not everything has to be this crazy thing or an indie thing. It doesn't always have to be this giant AAA project or an indie project. I kind of miss that middle ground, and it is coming back a little bit. And so it's good to see.
I feel like the biggest problem for me when I have to sit down and talk about video games, and I feel like that scene where it was like Doctor Strange is going through all the different outcomes and everything else, and we're just surrounded by so many games. That's the biggest problem that I think is also hurting the video game industry, because it's now become, we're talking about it's the 40th anniversary of Mario, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird to say this because the film industry and the music industry, you never really hear too much of this being like a thing where people are like, there's just too much music out there. There's just too many movies to watch. There's just too many TV shows to watch, you know?
Right.
But when you talk to gamers, it's almost like there's just too many games.
Well, I think
And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, finish your point.
No, I was just gonna say I think something that gamers are really bad about is they feel like they have to. You can't consume all of it, like, and that's kind of, I think, a little bit to his point here is when you make these AAA games, you kind of need all the gamers to play it to break even. But when you have these like Resident Evil, just the thing keeps coming to my mind, it has its audience, and if
Right.
it can sell to its audience, it's still successful because it didn't blow the budget. And so, I'll let you continue your thought though.
Well, it's just like you think about it, where it's like you hear about a Resident Evil game, it's like it sold 7 million copies. Or you hear about, say, something like God of War, where it sold like 20 million copies, or a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's sold like 300 million copies, you know?
Mhm.
And you just think about, okay, how many people are playing these games? How many people are playing them every year? How many well, I think there was the data's out there that 1 million people bought a PlayStation 5 just to play Madden, you know?
Yeah.
And or FIFA or some just a collective sports game.
Right.
And right now, like 90 million people own a PlayStation 5 or have bought at least one PlayStation 5. Because you know, I contributed to that number. I bought 2 PlayStation 5, so technically, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about like the whole gimmick of here is like I'm like why I call myself the backlog battler, you know? Because it's just there are so many games that you are competing with now in history where even things like before when we used to not have backwards compatibility as like a thing.
Mhm.
Now everyone's talking about game preservation, bringing games forward. We're seeing games that originally never got a release in certain areas get worldwide releases and updates and quality of life. And we're on like 13 remasters of The Last of Us. And how many more remasters are we gonna get? I don't know, but we're gonna keep going, bro. And I do agree that like we should try to cut down on budgets because he's basically pointing out there. The question always comes down to is how many devs do you need to make a game?
Yeah.
And he does bring up a good point. It's just look at a lot of these big studios, like where are they located? California, you know, where the cost of living is super high outside of LA and Anaheim. And these devs are trying to form unions and then they got to get healthcare. And then, you know, the work rate for these studios has to go up because it's just so insanely expensive to live out there. And even if they're making $150,000, you know, they're basically almost making like minimum wage after taxes and everything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm being a little hyperbolic with the minimum wage thing before people get in there, but you hear about these stories where people are living with roommates and they can't afford a house and they're just living in apartments and stuff. But you know, I digress. But that's why they're talking about working in other countries. Why do you think there's so many Filipino support studios or Vietnamese support studios? Because you know you could pay them $100 and you know that's generational wealth out there for some of these countries because $100 a month is, you know, they can live off that pretty substantially, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's just I understand his point, but it's just I look at everything that we're seeing in the game industry and I just go, I don't know necessarily how to fix this problem other than reduce budgets and have your flops not be as dramatic is basically the only way to kind of save the game industry.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
go on.
it's a hot button topic in the gaming world, but I mean, we all better buckle in for developments. I mean, AI is going to help. I mean, it's. I know a lot of people have it's abrasive to even talk or even say the word AI in the gaming community, but yeah, like you said, they got to cut budgets. That's just how they're gonna. That's gonna be a big part of it, I think.
And on top of that, too, is like when we talk about AI, that's like an American and Western thing. And we've talked about it many times on this channel. and nobody wants to talk about it. But the Japanese and every other Asian country fully embracing AI.
Yeah.
You know, our friend AC is like pointed out himself, you know, with every conversations he's had with some indie devs, and you just see article after article. It's just insane, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've only learned this from AC and our other conversations, but I mean, isn't Japan very like corporate focused? You've said before.
They have a very interesting work structure out there too. That's a topic for another video.
Okay.
But there's a lot of, you know, they treat their employees well, but they're also not as well as some Americans like to fetishize about it too. There are things like they're called black companies, I think. I can't remember the exact term, but they're basically just scam jobs that keep you there and you're trapped, and it's more like indentured servitude than an actual like real thing.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I don't know enough about it, but
I'm going off the top of my head because I wasn't prepared to talk about this, but there's some stuff out there.
I see AC said 1,000% using AI.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. He also says here all the game devs living in California used to make great money and live a good life, but when the economy just crashed these past several years, they barely make by with their six-figure jobs. Well, it's not even just that; it's just because the tax and everything there has become even worse.
Oh yeah,
Because like it's not even just like the economy crashed too. It's just you look at the prices of just everything in a city. It's I don't know how people can live there. You know, that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he says here Chinese students are 1,000% using AI. And yeah, I'll what our mutual friend, once he can get back to me, I'm well, hopefully we could get something set up with him so I can talk to him. But yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. Like I said, every country is not the best, you know.
Right.
It's just like I've like here in America, you know, I've worked at AT&T, I've worked construction, I worked my current job, and I can just tell you right now, is you know, some people really enjoy being like a bartender at a bar, and some people don't. And some people are better at making money than other people. And it's also about drive and passion. And you know, there's a lot of flux going on. But at the end of the day, like we talked about this before. If I gave you $100 million to make a game and you returned on profit was negative $95 million, I think you should lose your job. I'm just throwing that out there. You know,
yeah.
and
you're not good at your job.
and at the end of the day, like, look, I have sympathy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying this just to be heartless and be like, yes, I'm the Monopoly guy, you know, like, no, it's just like the cold reality of is it comes down to something very simple. If I go outside right now and I just start punching a boulder for like no reason, just start wailing on that boulder, I'm breaking my like knuckles, they're all bloody, I just have stumps. And I went up to my neighbor and said, now pay me. You know, it's just they're going to be like, no, you just didn't do anything of value. And that's like an extreme version of it. All right. Now it's just like get back to the other thing. It's like my job was to go make a video game and nobody liked it. It reviewed badly and no one bought it. And it doesn't matter if like suddenly, you know, the gay and lesbian video game awards gives me a great, you know, an award for best storytelling. It still didn't make any money, you know? And it's just like, and that's what we're seeing with like South of Midnight. It won an award at one of those like GLAD Game Awards or something. I don't know that, but they got their own. You know, now they've got their independence. So let's see if they can, you know, do stuff with it as well.
Yeah.
So a couple more things too. We'll kind of wrap this up, but this one I just popped up across my feed, shared by our friend Mr. Angry Canadian. Star Wars Zero Company has the highest Metacritic score of any Star Wars game in the last 22 years.
Oh.
So that is actually pretty cool news. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm glad I picked that up as well. And on top of that too, to kind of wrap this up, out now. You could go check out on the Rockstar Store YouTube page the extended GTA 6 trailer that was exclusively on Netflix for everyone out there. So there you go. Mr. Tyler-san, are you excited about GTA 6?
I am, as the resident normie in our group. Yeah, I've watched this twice now. I watched it once just on a quick lunch break, and then when I got off work, I sat down and tried to pay a little bit more attention to it.
So I'm not going to share it here because I'm definitely afraid that they're going to flag my
they'll flag you
channel.
for sure.
They've already been doing that on on Twitter. I've been seeing, but what did you think about the trailer then? Because you watched it, I haven't watched it, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say that I think like the opening of it, they do a really good job of showing like the impressive side of things. Like you get to see the tech and like the lighting and all that stuff. That stuff that we talked about a little bit ago, blowing budgets.
Mhm.
It's it's
I just want to bring this up before you go.
Yeah,
Thank you for acknowledging your status. Good.
Yeah, so like the first maybe like 10 or not 10, maybe 5 minutes of that is a lot of that. So it's just like, ooh, like that looks amazing. And then the next like 20 minutes of this trailer or extended look, and it's not really a trailer. It reminded me why GTA is such like a beloved game. It's just when you watch it, you'll see, but it's just fun. Like the first part of it, I was like, wow, look at all that. Kind of like when I played Red Dead 2. I'm like, wow, this is a cool story. This sounds really intense. This looks beautiful. But then Red Dead 2, it takes itself very seriously, where GTA is kind of, it's satire. And
Right.
so, and it's just fun. And so like the last 20 minutes, I saw like pretty much Need for Speed Underground in there, all these like little mini game things that they showed off, just the free roam aspect of it a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm pumped. I think this was a great showing. I know there was all kinds of leaks. I avoided any of that, so I don't know what any of that looked like. I don't know if it was of this trailer or not, but it just looks fun, and I'm excited about that. And I think the story looks pretty cool. It's this duo, and I kind of wondered if you're going to be like split up, kind of like it was in GTA 5, where you would jump between
The 3 characters.
Yeah, different characters, different parts of the map. You do jump between these two for sure. But the stuff they showed, at least in this extended look, it was, one person was driving the car, one person was shooting a gun out of the back. And so you would switch back and forth on the fly if you wanted to, So I don't know how far that's going to go in the final game, if they will get separated or if they're always going to be together. But yeah, it looks super fun. It looks super cool. Looks just as intense as ever, but at the same time, just as goofy as ever. And so I'm excited.
So I'm curious to say about this game because I didn't beat Grand Theft Auto 5. I think I played a little bit of it, but I think I might have just been more of, how can I say this? That was the beginning of my TCG days, where I was on the road traveling a lot more. So I wasn't playing video game as much, but I was competing in big tournaments at like different cities. So I think I might have just missed out on that. I also think I was like really upset because Resident Evil 6 was another game I was trying to get into, and it just like really disappointed me, like horribly disappointed me.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a console until well into the Xbox One's lifespan. I think it may be 2014, 2015 was when I first got my real next gen console. And then I got a PS4 probably 2017, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it was on 360.
Yeah, I bought it for 360. That's why I had it. But it was like right at the tail end of the 360 PS3 life cycle.
So did you play online at all, or?
No, I didn't play any online. I think I played the opening mission, and I kind of got to the point where I can't remember. I want to go back and play it, but did you play GTA 5, I'm guessing then?
Yeah, I played the campaign and beat that.
So what have you played all the GTA games? I guess that's my follow-up.
I mean, I've played all the main 3D ones, so since 3. I played 1, I didn't play 2, whatever that was, but
it was just GTA 2. That's all that was called.
Yeah, no, I played like 1, but I played it on the GBA, and I played 3, 4, 5. So
yeah. So which one? Was Grand Theft Auto 5 story better than Grand Theft Auto 4? Or what's your favorite Grand Theft Auto, I guess, while we're talking about it?
Yeah, I think it's a hard question. I like them all for different reasons, but if I had to pick one, I'd say Vice City is probably my favorite one, which is probably why I'm really excited for this one. But I did like 5 a lot. I thought the story was cool and it was fun to play through. It was just like any other GTA game. It's really goofy. And I think, a lot of times, some people kind of forget that. They take it a little too seriously, but it's supposed to be over the top. It's American satire. And so, yeah, I think 5 did an awesome job. Story-wise, I liked all 3 of the characters. They were all very different. I mean, you played enough of it probably to experience that. And just, yeah, I mean, it's a great game. A lot of people played it. I don't want to go into all the detail of what it is, but as far as how it ranks against the others, I would say for me, it goes like Vice City. I like San Andreas as well, and then probably 4 and 5. So I kind of, go backwards. It's for different reasons, but gameplay wise, it's for sure the best. 5 is so.
Gotcha. Are you getting the $100 edition, or are you just gonna get the basic?
No, I'll probably just get the basic edition. I don't care enough to. The online's is the $100 one comes with the online card.
And it comes with extra story content.
I did forget about that, but it's like a store, right? Or like it's like certain buildings are locked behind the paywall.
I think it's like missions and other stuff too. I think
If
they
it's
did something
missions,
similar.
I'll probably get it.
You're probably gonna cave. Is that what you said?
I'll cave if there's single player missions to it tied to it.
Yeah, this game is gonna be such a juggernaut when it comes out in November.
Oh, it's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be insane.
I coach my son's soccer team, and the guy who coaches with me doesn't play video games, not at all.
Mhm.
And he texted me just last week and said, "Hey, you gonna come help me set up my new OLED TV?" And I thought, well, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I'll help you because football season's around the corner.
Yeah.
And he said, I bought it just for GTA. I'm like, you haven't touched a video game since Call of Duty 4. What are you talking about? And so when I see people like him going out and buying TVs for this video game, I'm like, all right, yeah, this is going crazy.
Yeah, I had the same thing with my stepbrother. We were sitting down, and it was for 4th of July, and then he just looks at me. He's go, "You gonna get GTA, bro?" And I'm like, "I wasn't thinking about it." He's like, "I already bought it."
Yeah, that's how it is, man. All these, I mean, it's gonna because it captures the audience who's just the sports games, the casual people like myself. It's catching. It just casts such a wide net. And I'm sorry, AC. I'm excited for Zelda 2, but it's gonna get stomped.
Yeah, man, that's wild. He bought a TV for GTA.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing. I thought that's nuts, but yeah, he did.
What console did he buy? Or did he
Xbox.
already have one? Oh, cool.
No, yeah, he bought a Series S, but this
Oh my goodness, it's gonna burst into flames.
That's what I said. I said he bought. You know what's funny? He bought a Series S, and then he realized it only had the 500 gigs.
Yeah.
And he downloaded some games, and he already hit the limit. And so then he
good.
He texted me, and he bought a Seagate card because I got to get expanded storage. And I was like, why did you do this? You should have texted me first. But
you should just return it and just buy a
Yeah,
just go buy buy the other console. Give it to your kids.
Yeah. But so he bought a Series S, an OLED TV, and a Seagate card.
How much was the TV? They skimped out on is like a Series S.
Yeah.
Enough, right? Will it be able to even take up memory space on your Series S? Is it gonna just
have they released how big the game is yet?
No, but I would laugh if it was like a terabyte.
Just completely make the Series S out of the picture.
Just completely mess up every video game console because you don't even have a terabyte of space to put on.
If they did that, it would probably everyone who just bought a Series S or has it, they probably would just go buy they're gonna spike console sales.
I would just love it. I'm like, let's just go. The Series S is gonna last like 2 months with GTA 6.
Yeah. I don't know. This extended look was all, I know base PS5 is stronger than a Series S, obviously, but it was all done on a base PS5 and it looks beautiful. So they're doing some mystery.
It's going to be locked at 30 frames.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which makes me a little sad. But I've seen bits and pieces of this, obviously, just scrolling through Twitter before they get nuked. But the game looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
I honestly, you just look at it and it's just like, God damn, Rockstar, you've done it again.
Yeah, yeah, you can't beat them. You see the I'm sure you've seen all the stuff about the leaker and how he said, "Pay me money and I'll leak whatever you want." Have you seen this?
Yeah. Oh, he's going to be buried under like a Siberian prison. I'm convinced of it.
I know for sure. He's like, just send me the money. I only have X amount of days to live. He knows he's on a time. Yeah, he's out.
He's like, once Rockstar finds him, he is going to be ass blasted so horribly. Just so horribly that we're going to forget he even existed once they finally figure out who he is, because he's going to just completely be removed.
Oh man.
We will define Jimmy Hoffa before we'll find him. All right. That's what it is. Oh, geez. But yeah.
So you're excited for it? You're excited to play it, or?
I'm not going to buy it. If it had a physical, I'd probably be more inclined to it. With digital, this game is going to probably sell like 10 billion copies, and it'll be like $20 by next year. That's my theory.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, so I'll just wait for it to go on sale. I gotta decide though if they're gonna, because I feel like they'll optimize it better for the Series X, and then it'll be running at 60. But I do have a PS5 Pro, and they have been very mum's the word about if that's going to even matter.
Right, just because it's locked, you mean?
Yeah, because another thing too is they're coming out next week. Dawn of the Bloodwalker or Blood of the Dawnwalker. I always get that mixed up for some reason.
Yeah.
They originally were saying that the game's going to be locked to 30 FPS, and then they said no, there's going to be a 60 FPS at launch. So, so maybe this game doesn't come out until November. So maybe between now and then, maybe they'll be like, actually, we're going to have it a little bit better for everyone. I can see them doing like a lot of games have been doing, like a quality mode where it's like 40 to 45 FPS with better up-resing, but not total better up-resing as well.
Yeah, I could see that.
So we'll definitely see. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm excited to see how this year is going to end. As my video said, there's so many great games coming out in September. A lot of them are like, it's like if you're a JRPG fan, September 17th is your like D-Day, because there's just nothing but like great JRPGs, like bang, bang, bang. 4 amazing JRPGs are coming out that day. And then just, next week is already September. Can you believe that?
I know, it's crazy.
It's so crazy. So Tuesday is already September 1st. And then just, 2 days into the year or 3 days into the year, you got Bloodwalker, and then you got Orbitals, and then you got Onimusha the next day after that. It's just it's like, what are you going to do? There's so many amazing games coming out, and everyone's so afraid, and even some games are even punting this year, and they're moving to next year just because like it's just too crowded. It's not worth it.
Yeah, September is so stacked.
Yeah. So yeah, with that being said, I guess this will be a there's something that's popped up here. Let me just read this real quick.
When does Orbitals come out? That's that.
September 3rd.
Oh, 3rd. Oh, that one's right in the corner. I want to try that one.
Well, if you want to play with me, let me know.
Okay.
Because
that's the one that's like the co-op, it takes 2 style, right?
Yeah, like it looks really good, and I know I'm excited for it. It's only $40 on Amazon right now too, so that's a good deal.
That is a good deal.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, but something has to get squeezed out. I just don't have the money, especially because this weekend we're going up to a retro store.
Ooh,
and they're doing a buy 2 get 1 free sale, and I'm just like, why God, why must you torture? This is purgatory. This is like just one of those criminal punishments for me. It's like my own personal hell. Is like, oh man, all these great games are coming out, but you have no money.
Well, you let me know. I'll definitely play some more of those with you. If you want, I'll pick it up and you can get the shared license.
Oh no, I already got a copy coming, so we're good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't afford $40. It's just I can't afford $400. There's a
Trying to
difference.
help a guy out.
No, but we'll talk about that more off air. But
Yeah.
besides that, everyone, thank you for stopping by. Kind of a quick show tonight. I want to play video games, but I still want to stream. So we got to do a little bit of column A, column B. So a little shorter show tonight. And Tyler, thank you for coming by. I'm happy you were able to make it. I do love talking to you about games because, you know, like I said, even though we joke that you're a resident normie, you're also like our resident, advanced normie. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I've been promoted.
So speaking of Mr. Tyler here, he runs a site called the Game Shelf. And if you want, can you give us like a little update about what's going on with that too while you're at it?
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to track your games, things like that, gameshelf.com. And we're constantly evolving. We just released our retro achievements integration. So if you have a retro achievements account or you like that platform, you can now merge all those games over into your Game Shelf and connect them, and you can view all your achievements and track them directly inside of Game Shelf with all your other games that you can connect elsewhere. So it's just a kind of a all-in-one place to see your collection, and on a lot of platforms, all your achievements as well.
Yeah. Has there been any more updates that you'd like to share about the site? Has it like growth wise or anything else? Any milestones that you've personally reached and so on and so forth?
Nothing too crazy right now. It's still just steady growth. I mean, it's we're sitting right about the 1,500 user mark, so we're still growing. We haven't taken off yet, but it hasn't slowed either. So just steady growth, which is probably the safest way to do it.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady gets first place, they say, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
But that's pretty cool. Go check out the site. I've linked it to the at the description of this video as well in the chat. If you haven't, go check it out. And as for me, we won't be doing a live stream tomorrow. I've decided going forward, Friday live streams will be a little bit more rare. We will have a Friday live stream next Friday because I made a prior promise. But yeah, we're gonna go do more scripted content. That seems to have been working out a lot more. People like my video game stuff, and we're kind of going to slow down on the live streams. We're only going to have it 2 days a week, Wednesday and Thursday. But the video game news segment, that's going to continue to stay on, and legacy loading is still going to be one of our favorite live stream ones because I feel like that one's a little bit better to live stream for. But with that being said, everyone, thank you for stopping by. Go check out the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer because I couldn't show it on here out of fear that my whole channel would be nuked, and I'd rather not do that because just like Tyler's been saying, we've been having very fun growth here that's been incremental too, and we're looking good, and I thank you all for helping us with that. With that being said, have yourself a good weekend, everyone, and peace out.